Lockhart had a lot of, especially with Snape, Expelliarmus. He had a
Yeah.
lot of time. It was Lockhart's.
There's a huge painting of himself
Yeah.
painting a picture of himself.
Welcome back, witches, wizards, and muggles to Squibs Corner. I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Andrew, and as advertised, we have finished the book 2 review.
And this is
In
the
its
last
entirety.
thing we have to do for book 2.
This is the last thing for
I'm
book
happy.
2. The movie review. Now, what we've been discussing, it's been a long time since I've seen the movie. And I was telling Jeremiah, I was watching this thing, and I know it's been a long time, but I'm fairly confident that there were scenes in there that I had never seen before. And Jeremiah enlightened me. I was unaware.
Yeah, it's Peacock plays the extended versions of Harry Potter. And I actually found that out today. I was going through TikTok, and someone was like, let me talk to you guys, the Harry Potter fans, and she pretty much told me the same thing you said.
There you go. So
Scenes
so
you've never
I've
seen before. Yeah.
I have never seen before, because I'm like, look, I get it. I've not seen it in a while, but I love movies.
Yeah.
And so to see some of that stuff, I was like, I know for a fact I've never seen this scene before.
See, I'd have to go back and watch like a version that's not extended, because I don't know what scenes you're talking about, and I'm sure you'll point them out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed the movie a lot of
The
things.
movie, actually, I was watching it and I go, you know what? I'm kind of liking this better than the book, if I have to be honest.
I'm not upset with the movie. I'm not, there are
It's
some
easier to
things that they
follow.
leave out, the things that they change, which I've got a lot written.
It's easier to follow. I think book 1 and 2 themselves kind of seem scattered to me.
Sure.
And the movies kind of, tame them a little bit, I think.
Well, there were some things that I feel like they were gonna leave out, and then they came back later. They're like, oh, we got to mention that. Like Ron's detention, for instance. So we see Harry do his detention, but it doesn't ever discuss Ron's detention.
Yeah,
Until later, they're like Tom Riddle. Oh, wait, I know that name.
Yeah.
How? Oh, when I was doing my detention, I had to clean the trophy room, and so
See, that's why I like you coming up with the notes for the movies, because I've seen them so much. When I watch them, I've seen them so much that it's hard for me to differentiate from the book.
Sure.
As we go on, I'm like, especially in the Goblet of Fire, I'm like, well, you guys left everything out, but yeah.
That's a long book.
Even my girlfriend's like, why are you watching the movie? I'm like, we're doing a review episode on it. She's like, you've seen it a million times. You don't need to watch it. I'm like,
yeah,
probably not.
But now we're watching it. It's almost like I'm watching it not out of enjoyment, though I do enjoy it. I'm watching it, comparing it
taking notes
to the book, right? That is the sole purpose. So let's dive in. Let me tell you how good it feels to turn on the movie and hear Hedwig's theme. I love that.
And one thing I'm going to pay attention to with all of the movies, I know I've seen them a lot, but there was an orchestra throughout the whole entire movie. And it got me thinking, I wonder what this movie would be like without the orchestra. Would it not be very good?
So many of your favorite movies and TV shows. Well, maybe not TV shows. So many of your favorite movies you would watch without music, and you'd be like,
yeah.
Oh.
Especially
not
Harry
as
Potter.
Dramatic.
I just really noticed it watching this movie. I'm like, this completely sets the tone for it. Tells you how to
They
feel.
do a great job.
Yeah,
Harry Potter does a
you how to
great
feel,
job with the music that they use throughout different scenes.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go. We've got Hedwig's thing. I love that. We gave you Dudley's second bedroom. I love Vernon says this. We gave you Dudley's second bedroom out of the kindness of our hearts. No.
Out of the
No, in book
kindness of our
one,
hearts.
in book one, you gave it because you were getting letters to the cupboard. Okay.
Yeah.
We move on. So, some of our favorite quotes, they're different in the book and in the movie. So, in the book, I'll be in my room making no noise and pretending I'm not there.
Yeah, it's grammatically correct in the book. In the movie, it's not grammatically
no,
correct.
it's differently in the movie. He goes, "I'll be in my bedroom, making no noise and pretending I don't exist."
No, I think he says, "I'll be in my room making no noise and pretending that I don't exist."
Well, I mean, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote down pretending I don't exist, and I took notes while watching the movie. But you could be right. I might not have been specific about it, but pretending I'm not there.
It sounds weird hearing it in the movie. I'm like,
pretending I'm not there, and
there's a word somewhere in there that doesn't need to be there.
Pretending that I don't exist. That's funny. Funnier in the movie. Okay, so let's see. So in the movie, remember, so in the book, he opens the door and it's like, there was somebody already in his room, right? And Dobby is this house elf. He's this tortured creature. So in the movie, he walks in his room. What is Dobby doing when he walks in the room?
He's jumping on the bed, isn't he?
He's jumping on the bed. What is this? Look, I'm happy to see Dobby happy. I love Dobby.
Yeah.
But this is not the Dobby that we meet in book 2. So Dobby's jumping on the bed, which I think is a trip. So here's what's funny. So I'm watching this. Dobby mentions, Harry's not gotten any mail, hasn't heard from his friends. And he's like, wait, how do you know? So let's assume Dobby is wearing what in the book.
He pulls out a fat stack of letters from just absolutely nowhere.
No.
Nowhere to put them.
Where does he pull it from?
I didn't pay that close of attention.
From his butt, bro. He puts his hand behind his back at the area of his butt, and he pulls out a stack of letters. Rewatch it.
Dobby takes that serious. Are you going to pull that out of your butt? As a matter of
Dobby,
fact, Dobby is.
Is Dobby wearing underwear? That's the question that we have to ask. I can assume that he is. I can assume he's not because he's wearing a tea cozy. We can't give him underwear, or he'll think he's free. But he pulled that stack of letters.
Yeah, I have a problem with him being freed at the end. It makes sense, but we'll get to it. Yeah.
Okay, so he pulls out the stack of letters from his butt. Dude is wearing a cloth, presumably no underwear, and he just reaches back and pulls out the mail. I got a big. I
did see that and go, wait a minute, you guys know where to put those.
A contradiction from the books. Dobby always, his apparition and disapparition are always loud. They always like a loud crack. Yeah. And then he just kind of like snaps his finger and vanishes quietly in the movies. Let's see. And in the movie, there's no letter from the ministry immediately. There's no, the owl doesn't come in and drop the letter, so we don't have and she's deathly afraid of birds. So we don't have that.
The ministry letter, it reads itself out loud almost as if it's a howler in the book, right? Or is that later that I'm thinking of something different?
No, because Vernon's like, read it.
Yeah.
Because once the Masons leave, he's like, read it. Oh,
yeah, the Masons got cut real short. Yeah.
Yeah, Masons got cut short.
And I think we figure out which golfer joke it is.
We think we know.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head, but every time I hear it, I go,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so no letter from the ministry about the hover charm, which good, because I think it's stupid. There was, if they trace, in the book, if they're tracing the wand, and Harry didn't use his wand, they just know that it's a hover charm. It's like, what are we doing?
Sure.
So magic has just this omniscient eye, this omnipresence over, it's crazy. Anyway,
they can detect the magic, but they don't know who's doing it.
Yeah. So So
They didn't know
Harry,
Dobby was there, obviously.
yeah,
Why?
correct.
Why would you think Dobby's there? I mean,
Yeah. So Harry's locked in his room, and Harry he wakes up. So in the book, he wakes up, he hears the Ford Anglia. In the movie, he wakes up and hears the Ford Anglia, and it's like a rumbling, all this stuff. That car is far away. It's so far away, he only sees one light. And yet
right?
you hear like, oh, it's like rumbling. That car is not that loud. He hears it, and it is like so far away. He sees one light, like it's an airplane, and then it's coming closer, and now it gets close enough so that you can see two lights. I'm like, if that car is far enough that you can only see it as one light, he's not hearing that rumbling. That was just
No,
me being nitpicky,
no, that
but
makes
I
makes
thought that
sense.
was funny. So in the movie, Harry had all of his stuff in the room. It wasn't locked in the cupboard downstairs. I like that Fred and George are like, oh, watch this. We learned how to pickpocket. We're gonna
Yeah,
go downstairs, and
yeah.
I liked that from the book. I hate they. Fred and George
They didn't
had
even get out of the
very
car.
little. Fred and George had very little to do in this movie.
That's true.
Very little.
Yeah.
Vernon falling out of the window. I love that for some reason. I love
Yeah.
that.
Right
It's
in the
like
bushes, kind of cushions
it's
his
like
fall, and he gets back up.
you deserved that.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
like I said, Petunia, he's escaping. Who cares? They'd be like, "Oh, cool,
you
he's leaving. Let me go back to bed."
good riddance. Get out of here.
Right?
Get out of here. Okay, so they fly to the burrow. We see the burrow. I love the movie Burrow. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's a great home.
That's great.
Harry walks over to the clock, and none of the spoons are on home. Because when he walks over to the clock, Fred, George, and Ron, their spoons go over to home.
Yeah.
Mrs. Weasley's there, Ginny's there, Percy's there.
I never really paid attention to that. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm telling you, it's because I'm watching it, looking at everything. I wasn't watching it out of enjoyment. Oh, let me just enjoy this movie. I was watching it trying to find things, right?
Yeah,
Just trying to
it's the
look at
little
things.
things movies leave out, and it's like, why did you leave that out?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
out of
Like it's
everything, you left
cool.
that out?
Yeah, I mean, because if you're watching it, you're like, okay, cool. Now these three guys are home. It transitions to home. Cool, very cool. But then you're like, oh wait, Mrs. Weasley's there too. Oh, and then Ginny and Percy. Ginny comes down. Percy's at breakfast. So it's like,
Yeah. What about Arthur's arm? Like, it's
you
just
know,
not
here's the
there
thing though.
either.
They don't show the whole clock. If you watch the scene, they only show like a part of it where it comes over to the home. So you can't see the whole thing. You do kind of see a couple of almost spoon handles pointing
Yeah.
one way, but they go to but
There
anyway.
could have been a chance that Molly wasn't home. She can apparate. Maybe
She
she
can't
was
apparate, that's true,
apparating
but
with
what about
Ginny.
Ginny? Ginny and Percy would have been
Side along apparition.
Ginny came down in her nightgown.
Yeah. Have
Throwing
you
that
seen
out.
my jumper? It's on the
That's right. Okay, so let's see. And then Arthur looks straight at Harry. Who are you?
Yes.
Arthur.
Oh, you really? Well, Ron's
yeah,
told us all about you.
you know. And then, wait, this is not in the book. What exactly is the function of a rubber duck?
Yes.
So good. It's
And I
so
was
classic.
okay, so in the book, is this where they're having bacon sandwiches?
Hello. Um,
Because they were having a normal breakfast. I paid attention to that.
they were having a normal thing. I'm pretty sure if we go back to the book, they packed bacon sandwiches
Yeah. Yeah.
and ate them in the car.
See, bacon's so expensive that they couldn't even afford to put it in the movie.
I tell you. Okay, so let's see. We didn't get the gnome scene, which I thought would have
Oh, that's
been.
right.
Yeah, we didn't get the gnome scene, which we could have seen more of the burrow and a little more,
They
little
left almost
things.
everything out of the burrow, yeah.
Well, and here's the thing: does it affect the story? No.
It's a
Does
neat
it
little
help?
magic
Does it
thing to
help
see.
build the Wizarding World? Yes.
As an introduction, still, they should have put it in.
Yeah, it would have been fun. It's one of those things like Do I think they'll put the gnome scene in the HBO series?
They don't
It's
have
just
to.
it's just so not pertinent. It wouldn't
But the
surprise
way
me.
the
What you
way they're
doing, girl?
the way they're talking about it, they have to.
Okay, so now we go to flu powder, which I'm going to assume. I'm not going to assume, and I'll tell you later. So flu powder. I've got to say the act Ron getting in, doing the powder, the fire consuming him. I thought was great CGI. I thought it was
Yeah.
great visual effects because there were a
You
few
know,
things in here where I was like, "That's great visual effects," and that's
for
cheesy.
old movies, the wigs, like everything, it's all really good. And I've heard
I
people like
thought
with the new reboot, people are like, "Oh, that's a terrible wig," and I'm like, "Huh." In the original movies, I never once had any issues with anybody's hair.
You know what I think? One of my, my first impression with what I'm seeing from the HBO reboot is they're going hard into the 90s.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's necessary. Because now you're watching everything, you've got movies. Harry Potter, it wasn't written for the 90s. It just so happened to take place in the 90s.
It was
There are
90s esque.
Yeah, but there's very few cultural references in the books that you would even know that it's the 90s.
Yeah.
So them going hard on, making it 1990, 1991 for the movie or for the reboot, I mean I guess 91, 92 is almost like that's really not necessary. But it is what it is.
See how it plays out.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so flu powder, great visual effects. So I turned the subtitles on when
Smart.
Harry goes. Because I'm like, in
Yeah.
the movie, he's supposed to go to Diagon Alley.
He says, "Diagon Ellie."
He just says diagonally. And the subtitles literally write diagonally, which is the words that she
Yeah.
took to make Diagon Alley. She said that in interviews. Yeah, Diagon Alley is diagonally. It's off from normal.
Well, it's just weird because she's like, "Make sure you enunciate, speak very clear."
Yeah.
Okay, I have one word to say, and I'm going to say it wrong.
Well, here's the funny part. In the movies, he's supposed to go to Diagon Alley, and he pronounces diagonally, and he ends up in Borgin and Burke's. So it's like, what? Why, like, why are we in Borgin and Burke's? Like,
Maybe it's diagonal from where he was supposed to go.
So supposed to go to Diagon Alley, pronounces it diagonally, and goes to Borgin and Burke's. Thanks, movies. Okay. All right. Yes. With broken glasses.
He broke them after because he kind
But
of
he slid on his back. He slid on his back out of the
Hey man,
the
it's a
fireplace.
fireplace. Have you ever traveled through a fireplace? We don't know what goes on.
No, I do not. Now, so remember in the book, they're like, okay, keep your elbows tucked in. You're going to be spinning around. You're going to see a lot of fireplaces.
He doesn't listen.
He's just like, I'm the chosen one. Let's just go.
I do what I want.
My mother was the brightest witch of her age. I think I can say Diagon Alley.
Yeah, I've defeated Voldemort twice now.
Twice.
Come off
What
it.
have you done? Okay. So, all right, let's see. Here we go. Okay, so Borgin and Burke's. It's just so funny. Like the people writing scripts. It's just so funny to me. So Draco comes in, Lucius comes in. Lucius brings a box of contraband. And he says that I'm only selling today because Borgin is like, oh, we've got some cool stuff in. He goes, no, I'm just selling today. So he brings this box. He gives the box to Borgin. Borgin opens the box, and he's like going through stuff, and then he sees this one object. We don't see it on screen. We don't get this one object. And he's like, oh my gosh, is this really? And then Lucius goes, that's not for sale.
Then why'd you put it in
Then
the
why
box?
did you put it? Why did you bring Like, then why did you bring it? Like, if you're
You-
just selling today, here's a box of the things that I'm selling. Oh, I love this. I'm not selling that. Are you a
Yeah.
child? Are you a child that's just like, oh, you really like that? No, no, no. I actually want to keep
Did
that
you
for like.
notice how much Draco and Harry's voice changed from the first to second movie?
Yes, little
A
puberty
lot.
action. Yeah, a little
Yes.
puberty, and they're a little taller, especially Draco.
Yeah.
Draco's a little
They,
taller.
they sound a lot
Um,
different.
okay, so I just thought that was so funny. Okay, so then Harry goes through all that. As he's leaving, Borgin sees him. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Ah, I'm just looking. I'm out of here." So he leaves, and then he bumps into Hagrid and Hermione. And again, she
Harry,
does.
what are
She,
you doing down
yeah.
there?
What are you doing out here? And like all of the vagabonds around Borgin and Burks, they were ready to like
Well, they
usher him
see.
off to his doom.
Yeah, they look like homeless people. That's
They
the
look
way I could
like
describe it.
they
They were
look
kind of
like
acting
meth
like
heads.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
look.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It was a little crazy.
yeah.
So bumps into Hagrid and Hermione. She does the spell outside of school in broad daylight to fix his
Well,
glasses.
they're in a magical community. I think there's a
They
little
are in a
gray
magical
area there.
community. We'll let
And
that slide. But
and
didn't she do the same thing book one in the movie in book one, where because he's got
yes,
tape, she
but
fixes the glasses in book one
was
in
she
movie
the
one.
one in the book that fixed his glasses this time? I don't think she was.
I don't even think he broke the glasses in the
I
book.
think it was. If he did, I think it was Arthur that fixed his glasses.
Man, it's not even coming to my mind. So like
Yeah.
if you were to say gun to my head, did he break his glasses in the book in book two? I would say no. I would
Yeah.
say no. So we're gonna have to look that up. I'm excited. I'm excited.
We need a producer to look this stuff up as we're
We need a
talking.
producer. Hey, go look that up. Okay. So Harry does not go to Diagon Alley. He ends up in Borgin and Burke's in Nocturne Alley.
Yeah.
Luckily, he bumps into Hagrid. He's with Hagrid. They bump into Hermione. So then they walk into Flourish and Blots. Who's there?
My
The
guy.
Weasleys. The
Oh,
Weasleys. Waiting in line to buy books. Your boy, who you have guardianship over, doesn't say Diagon Alley. You get there. He's not there. So what do? Let's go buy
And
some books, guys.
they're all
Let's go buy some
really
books.
dirty too. So
I noticed that.
And
All
they've
the ones that traveled by Floo powder, they all
you
looked like they had ash over them.
you would think you would clean yourself up. You just
You
like,
would
"Ah,
think-
I'm gonna be dirty.
You would
It's
think
cool."
that magical ash, you're connected to a Floo network. It's not like you're flying through the chimney where the ash is. No, you're part of a Floo network.
Yeah.
Why are we coming out? Come on, magic.
It's
Why-
almost
come on.
like you're disapparating, right? Like,
I'm
just
I'm
differently.
wondering. Well, I'm wondering, did they do that to kind of further the illusion of the Weasleys just being poor,
I think so. Yeah.
to make them look a little grungy, a little dirtier?
Yeah, I think so.
That's kind of that was my thing. So they're there. They're in line. No search party for Harry Potter.
We
They
hoped
are
you'd only gone one grade too far.
yeah. Like, oh, did you check? Did you check that I had gone one? Do you
Molly
Molly, can
wanted
you
you to
tell
get
me
her
where the next
autograph.
the next grate is? No,
She
Molly,
found out
you're
Gilderoy
right.
was there and
You-
wanted an autograph.
That's right. She wanted that autograph. Okay. I love that
fancy
Ron and the brothers, under their cloaks, they're wearing their Weasley sweaters.
Are they? I didn't know.
Yeah, they're wearing Ron's got the R. They're wearing their Weasley sweaters. I love that. Can we give a round of applause to Jason Isaacs and Kenneth Branagh? Kenneth plays Gilderoy Lockhart. Jason Isaacs plays Lucius Malfoy.
They're so good.
In this, both characters.
It's another reason why I like Gilderoy. It's a combination of the book and the movie.
Oh, he
and
does.
Lucius is like one of the top characters too.
So good.
It's
so good.
The
So
way he
good.
talks, the way Lucius talks.
Yes. Did you ever watch The Patriot?
No. Surprise!
Moving on. Jason Isaacs, Lucius Malfoy, has a great part in The Patriot. Great movie all the way around. But Jason Isaacs is in that. He is also a villain. So great. So I wrote down, love how all the Weasleys look like they have soot on them. Lucius and Arthur fight in the book.
Yep.
They throw hands in the book.
They do. Yeah.
Hagrid has to come in and separate them. There's an uproar. Gilderoy loves it. They get a picture of it, put that in the paper. Does not happen. But if you watch the movie, you see that Lucius pulls out one book and he puts two books back in. You see it. It's beautiful. Yep. And when he does that, Harry actually looks down. He looks at the book and like kind of makes a face. And then Arthur says something, so he just kind of moves on from it.
I think they should not have done that.
The look or
the look, because Harry, I mean, it's not in the book. It's not about Harry has no clue.
Nobody notices it. Nobody notices it. They shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Let's see. When Lucius leaves Flourish and Blots, he turns to Arthur and says, "See you at work." We know that he hangs out. We know that he hangs out at the ministry.
Yeah.
But why would he say, "See you at work"?
The thing that got me was Draco. He looks at everybody and goes, "See you at school." I'm like, why would Draco be saying that? Of all people, why would Draco look at his enemies and go, "See you at school"?
Yeah. See you at work.
Like father, like son. Monkey see, monkey do. I'm telling you. Draco is the epitome.
The book's never established. Like, we assume that the Malfoys have all of their money because almost like the same reason that Harry has his money. Ancient wizarding families. Yeah. Even though you have the Weasleys that are pure blood, ancient, but they don't have any money. But yeah. So Lucius is like, "See you at work." You don't work for the ministry, bro. Harry and Ron.
He's always there.
He's always there. He hangs out.
Yeah.
I laughed. Harry and Ron get absolutely wrecked trying to get to platform 9 3/4. Yes. They hit that wall and everything goes. I laughed so hard watching that. They
head over heels. I'm wondering if they did that or if they had stunt doubles.
Now tell me this. That's a good question. Tell me this. Is the guy that works there in the movie the same guy from the first movie?
I think so.
I think he's the same guy, which I loved. Yeah. Which I love. That man is dedicated. That man is dedicated to his job. He's worked there for at least a year. Okay. So pretty quickly, Ron's like, "Look, if we can't get in, does that mean they can't get out? Let's fly to school." You don't want to check to see if anybody can get out? Like, you don't want to wait for a moment?
Just like Harry went to the wrong grade. He said the wrong word. Let's not go check on him. But let's run off and make sure Jenny gets on the bus. But the other two kids behind us, let's not even look back.
They let all the kids go.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Okay, you first, Jenny. Or you first, Fred and George. Okay, now you, Jenny." And then Harry and Ron are sitting there. And Molly and Arthur, they just kind of walk right through.
Yeah, you should have gone last. Let all the kids go first.
Last. So funny. So they take off in the car, broad daylight. And the invisibility thing is not touched. They take off.
Invisibility boosters
full that everyone can see them. They don't turn that on until, Harry's like, Ron, in the Muggle world, people aren't used to seeing flying cars. Oh yeah, I guess now. Everybody saw that. So then, so they're flying. We got to get lower. We need to find the train.
I don't like this part.
Why would you go down and fly on the track? They're flying on the track.
The part I didn't like was when Harry he fell out of the. You could look at his arm; it's bent. Your arm doesn't bend like this.
Harry's mad strong. Harry's super strong. Like,
come on, Daniel, play that a little bit better than that. You're dangling in the sky.
Yeah. But here's the thing: in the book, it's a boring flight. It's a long, boring flight. In the movies, like we can't depict it like that.
I just don't like the arm thing. I'm like, straighten it out, act like you're actually hanging. Come on.
So they're flying. It's nighttime. We see the castle. And Ron is just flying directly at the castle. directly at the castle.
Welcome
Maybe the
home, Harry.
Quidditch pitch. Maybe the Quidditch pitch. I know he does say, "Welcome home, Harry." And then the Whomping Willow scene is so good. The Whomping
Yeah.
Willow looks great. The CGI, the animatronics, all of it. I loved it. I mean, this is 20 plus years ago.
Well, so when it comes to Harry Potter, usually it's the Quidditch where you're like, but then everything else is
Yeah,
fine. Everything
yeah.
else is fine for some
And I'll
reason. It's
say this:
weird.
the spiders in this, where there's a lot of spiders crawling, you could also be like, man, that's a little cheesy, but we
Yeah.
get it. We get it. Um, Here's something that I don't know if it's because I grew up with a very strict father. Ron says, "My dad's gonna kill me." The Weasleys are poor, and you just lost their only car. Could you imagine in your lifetime, if I was 12 years old and I stole
Oh.
my family's car and I didn't come back with it, I'm contemplating not going home. Like maybe this is my life now, away from home. I
Yeah.
can never go back there. I can never
See,
go back there.
the worst thing I did that I can remember is my mom had a van. I was sitting in the van. I turned the key. I didn't turn the car on, but I turned the key, put it in drive. The car's not on, didn't do anything. Tried to
Yeah.
put it back in park. Didn't know that there was a certain way to do it, and I freaked out and I went inside and I was crying. And like, oh well, this is what happened, and that's the worst thing I can remember doing to my parents' car.
You're a good kid, Jeremiah. You're a good kid.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. I didn't like that Snape wasn't out there. Snape didn't come out there to find them like he does in the book. They go inside,
I'm sure
which
they made a
cool.
lot of noise too.
Yeah, they go inside, because in the book they go up to the window. Oh, the sorting's happening, and Snape's like, "Gotcha, you're out of
Yeah,
here." But in the movie, it really doesn't make sense. So they go inside. Filch finds them, and Filch takes two Gryffindors to Snape's office. Why wouldn't you take them to either Dumbledore or Professor McGonagall? Why would Filch
that does make sense.
just little nitpicky things watching it.
But
You're
it
like, it
also
doesn't make
makes sense.
sense.
Well, you don't normally you wouldn't think twice. Like, oh, Snape. Okay, they don't get along.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah,
sense. But
yeah.
I get it.
But
Yeah,
and it made sense when Snape was outside.
yeah,
When Snape was the one to catch them, Snape takes them to his office. It makes
yeah.
sense. But if Filch keeps them, Filch gets them. Filch, you've worked there. You know the rules. What house are you in? Gryffindor. All right, let me go get McGonagall.
It also makes
Anyway,
sense that Filch would take him to Snape.
it
So
does make sense that he would want it to be Snape because
yeah,
Filch is out. Filch is out to get these little wizards.
yeah,
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Harry, as they're walking out, and this again, I don't think I had ever seen this scene before. Harry, the McGonagall, Snape, Dumbledore, they all walk out. So it's just Harry, Ron, and Filch. They're getting up to walk out. Harry bends down, picks up an envelope, reads it.
yeah. I
It's
didn't
the
like that
quick
part.
spell envelope, and he goes, "Oh, Filch, I think you dropped this." And Filch is like, "Arr."
Does it
That's
say quick
all.
spell on it? Or
It does say
it
it
does?
did say quick spell on it. I didn't read it. Had some other wording on it, but I didn't read it.
They
But
should have
it
played it out more because not at this point you're like, what's that? Okay,
that
that's
made
pointless.
yeah, it did, yeah,
Yeah,
it made no sense.
didn't.
It
Yeah,
made no sense. Maybe if I go back and watch it, it says quick spell for squibs that want to learn magic or something like that. But he never asked the others, "What's a squib?" It
yeah, yeah. It never
never
comes up
comes up
again.
again.
Nope.
So that was kind of like, well, okay, cool. You added the quick spell envelope in, but it wasn't in his office. So
It would have been
nearly
nice
headless
for them.
Nick.
Yeah, it would have been nice for them to include when Harry was in his office, but then you would have
Yeah.
had to have the poltergeist and
Yeah,
didn't
you didn't
have
have
him.
Peeves
So
in it. So anyway, so that was kind of like a okay, you put that in
yeah,
there. So and but here's what's funny. So watching it, Harry finds the quick spell envelope on the floor of Snape's office,
yeah.
gives
Why
it
would he be
to
running around with it?
yeah, why are you walking around with it? Why is it? Yeah. So hands it to Filch. Filch is upset. They leave. As they leave, all we see is Filch and Mrs. Norris. Mrs. Norris is staring at the camera like, don't make fun of my guy. Yeah, he can't. Like, I mean, it just absolute stare because it's a real cat. Like, it's looking around and stuff. It is straight eyeballing the camera. I got a little chuckle out of that. So then we go to herbology, and a common thing in this theme in this movie, which I don't know if it was a common theme in the first movie. I assume it was, but Gryffindors and Slytherins have every class together.
It seems like it, yeah.
They're in every class together. Every class. So, because I was like, why are the Slytherins with the Gryffindors in the greenhouse? It should be
Well, they're also the main
the Hufflepuffs
so,
because we got to meet Justin Finch Fletchley.
Yeah.
So Madam Sprout, so Neville passes out, right? And they're like, oh, he's not dead, he's just passed out. And Professor Sprout's just like, God, just leave him there. She's like, I'm so sick of Longbottom. That kid, like, just leave him there. And then Draco, who's not even supposed to be there, is like playing around with the baby mandrake, and it bites his finger.
And then he goes to act like he's gonna punch him.
Yeah. He's like, oh, my father will hear about this.
Yes.
Let's see. And then Errol comes in flying with the Howler at just some random meal. It wasn't breakfast when everything comes in, all the mail comes in. That was the only bit of mail that happens. Now, here's my question, just from what are your thoughts? So the Howler comes in, and the Howler, he opens the envelope, and you can see Mrs. Weasley's writing.
Yeah.
But then you hear her voice. And the envelope speaks. So we never read the letter. So it's almost like, why are we writing the letter? Is this one of those things where you write it and then you do the spell and then you send it and it's like, we know your voice?
I would assume, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, because the first thing that I thought of was like, I always text you and you always send me audio stuff, like your voice recording. Yeah. And then every now and then if I have to send a long text, I'll do voice to text. And after I do that, I'm like, well, why didn't I just send you an audio recording if I'm saying it anyway?
Yeah, it's just easier for me to do it. So
when life imitates art,
yes,
Jeremiah sent me a bunch of howlers. That's what this is.
Remember the cell phones that had like actual buttons on them, and you could like put it behind your back, and it was the T9 text. So you had to press a lot of buttons. You didn't even need to look at your phone, and you could send somebody a whole paragraph.
Yeah. Let's see. So okay. So I loved this. So we get to Defense Against the Dark Arts. We get Gilderoy Lockhart comes out and he's introducing myself. He walks down the stairs, and down the stairs there's a huge painting of himself.
Yeah.
Painting a picture of himself. And I was like, that is so perfect. Like, even his painting would be painting a painting of himself. I was like, that was such a good. I hope, like, so when I watch movies, a lot of times I'll think of like, oh, I wonder what it was like in the writer's room. You know, they're writing this scene, and then somebody's like, dude, you know what would be funny? What? There should be a painting of him painting him. Yes, absolutely.
Well, we still get the line, a 5-time winner of which weekly is most.
But I don't talk about that. But I don't talk about that. I love that. Let's see. So then let's fast forward. The scene was good. I love Neville. Why is it always me? So okay, we go out. They're about to go to Quidditch practice, the first Quidditch practice.
Well, we get his first failed spell here too. In the movie.
Whose? Ron's?
Lockhart.
Oh yeah. So we got his Pescanoma. Yeah, because in the movie he only does three spells. He only does 3 spells. He does that one. He does the dueling club. Nope, 4. He tries to heal Harry. He does the dueling club, and then
the dueling club, like you could take it or leave it. I mean, he really didn't do anything.
Well, he does it. He's like, I'll handle this snake. And all he does
Oh
is,
yeah, 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 yeah.
it goes up and then comes back down. But we'll get to the dueling club. I've got a few
Oh
nitpicky
yeah.
things about the dueling club. Okay, so they go out to Quidditch practice and
For the dueling
they
club,
see,
did you pay close attention? There's a camera guy in the shot.
yes, there is a camera guy in the shot, but I
Yes,
knew
okay,
that
okay.
from like IMDb years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So Gryffindor and Slytherin Quidditch teams, they bump into each other. Malfoy's the new seeker. We've got new brooms. And then Hermione does her, well, at least everyone on the Gryffindor team earned their way on the team. They didn't have to buy their way on the team. And then Draco drops a line like, nobody asked you, you filthy mudblood. Nobody responds to that. Not one person is like, oh no, I can't believe that. You just have Ron like, you're gonna pay for that, Malfoy. Because in the
Eat
book,
slugs.
the Gryffindor team was like, I can't believe you did that. Here, mudblood. Nothing. And then Ron's like, eat slugs. Um, and I love the line in here. So Ron is now belching out these slugs, and Harry's like, we need to take him to Hagrid's.
Right.
Hagrid would know what to do. Of all the professors that you were
Why?
like
Why?
Hagrid?
Why? Why?
Yeah, you think Hagrid's gonna know what okay, cool, 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 cool. I just thought it was like he'll know what to do. Cool, whatever.
Yeah.
So I do like this scene in Hagrid's hut. Hermione, and kudos to a young Emma Watson, plays this scene really well of how offended she was to be called a
Well,
mudblood.
yeah, and she said it was like her big scene in front of Robbie, and yeah, her big
Yeah, and
moment, her big moment.
so
Yeah,
and I love that Hagrid makes Hermione smile. Like it's such a heartwarming little scene.
yeah.
So the timing of Ms. Norris's attack is off. So the when it happens in the movie, it's the night that Harry has detention and he hears the voice, and I love Gilderoy responds to it appropriately. But it's interesting because in the movie he's like, "Oh, we've been at this for 4 hours. You must be getting sleepy," which is the same in the book, right?
Yeah.
In the book, it's after dinner. It's late. It's at night. So
Of
that's
course.
the
Yeah.
reason. But in the movie, it's like, "Oh, I didn't see you at dinner. Oh, well, he was with me." There's kids out in the halls, all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Fame is
So
a fickle friend, Harry.
yeah,
Celebrity is as celebrity does.
yeah.
Remember
So
that.
so correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the book, Mrs. Norris gets petrified on Halloween when they're on their way back from the Death Day party. They
Yeah.
come up the stairs.
Well, there's no death day party in the movie, so
There's no Death Day party in the movies. So the timeline is a little bit off. It happens on the night that Harry has detention. She's hanging there, and Dumbledore says, "Oh, she's petrified." So they didn't take her down. They didn't take her to a room.
he just
Snape's
knew.
not. Yeah, he just knew. So they kind of take away some of the kind of the intricacies of finding out that, oh, she's not dead. She's petrified.
Yeah.
11-year-olds can't do this. 12-year-olds can't do this. Let's see. And in the book, Harry asks, Ron and Hermione, like, should I have told him that I was hearing the voices? And Ron's like, Harry, are you mad? Even in the wizarding world, hearing voices isn't normal. But in the movie, Ron goes,
And
are you
and
mad? And then Hermione is like, even in the wizarding world, hearing voices isn't normal. Hermione, you don't know. You weren't raised in the wizarding world. Ron was raised in the wizarding world.
sure, yeah,
And I will say this. There's a guy that I was listening to, and I've thought this for years. The movies really take away from Ron's character because
they
they
do.
give a
Yeah.
lot of his lines and scenes to Hermione,
Yeah, the whole
which
scene with the mudblood, it's Ron explaining it, not
it's
Hermione.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they take that away from him. So it's Hermione's like, that's not normal in the wizarding world. Muggle, stop it. Okay. So in the movie, obviously, Hermione's asking Professor McGonagall about the Chamber of Secrets. When in the book, we have Professor Binns. We're in History of Magic,
Would have been so
and
much better.
he explains it. Okay. And then I put, why are Slytherins in every class with Gryffindor? What the heck? So then, okay, and so it's like the Chamber of Secrets. It's been opened, right? We know that from Mrs. Norris's event. They go to the library, and Hermione's like, "Oh, here's most potent potions." And in the book, they had to get permission from
Yeah.
Lockhart to go to the restricted section to get the book. So just little things that they changed there.
See that's why maybe people listening to us, if they've, I don't know, they don't really know the books. They don't understand Hermione's infatuation with Gilderoy because it's not shown in the movies.
It's
It,
not. So he gives
where,
the quiz,
yeah, and then
right?
she's like, "Oh
And she's
yeah."
like, "Oh
That's about it
yeah."
though.
That was really about it. There was
Throughout the whole
no
book, she's
Well, because
sticking up
remember, we
for
don't have
Lockhart.
Valentines. They didn't do the Valentines in the
Oh,
movie.
that's right. Yeah.
They didn't do Valentines in the movie. This movie was kind of weird. It's the
Huh.
longest movie. They didn't have a Halloween part. They didn't do the Valentine's part. There were scenes. There was a scene where there's a Christmas tree, and they say that Draco is staying over the holidays, but there wasn't a Halloween scene, a Christmas scene, or the Valentine scene, which every other, the Hallow or the Christmas scenes get. Anyway,
Now I'm
anyway,
wondering how long book 2 for the series is going to be.
I mean, you got to
Wow.
figure. I think they're doing 8 episode minimums. I think they're doing 8 episode minimums, and I think some of them are going to be longer than that. They would
I
have to
sure
be.
hope so.
If book one's going to be 8 episodes,
Shortest book. Yeah.
yeah, it's got to be.
Oh,
So let's see. Slytherin, most potent potionables. So in the Quidditch game, which, yeah, the CGI was not the best. So
especially Flint. There's like a scene in there where the CGI, he CGI'd or something, and there's a couple
yeah.
CGI moments, and I'm like,
So
man,
here's what I found funny. So they're showing kind of the chaos of the game. Quidditch, yeah, or Gryffindor and then Slytherin and all this stuff. And then one of the Slytherin players gets the quaffle, and he's being pursued by Harry. Like, Why is Harry chasing somebody with that has the quaffle?
I think I
That
did
makes no
notice that.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a seeker, bro. Nowhere in the books is he doing
Huh.
anything but circling high, looking for the
Yeah.
snitch. That man was chasing a Slytherin player that had the quaffle.
Huh.
Anyway, and again, I did not remember ever seeing a scene like that. Watching it this go round on, what do we say, Peacock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was one of the deleted scenes, maybe, and is in this, and he was definitely chasing somebody.
Could have been.
So yeah, why is he doing that? Fred and George nowhere to be seen with the rogue bugger, but bludger. Fred and George in the
Yeah, they made a
book
big
they
deal
were
of it in the book. Yeah.
made a huge deal of it. They are no again. Fred and George they got cheated out of a lot of stuff on this in this movie.
Yeah.
Draco and Harry's race to the
All right, there,
snitch.
Scarface.
I enjoyed. I enjoyed it. Well, you could have
Yeah.
said
When Draco crashes
did,
and burns.
yeah, in the movie, does he say training for the ballet Potter?
Yeah.
Okay,
Training
good,
for the
good, good.
ballet, Potter.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I love that. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, Draco getting wiped out, and then his father's look of disappointment.
Oh, yeah, he was mocking
Yeah,
Harry, and this is the
yeah,
snitches right here.
yeah. So, so your boy comes down, tries to mend the broken arm, gets the bones away. So now Harry's got to go to the hospital.
Brachium Hemendo.
I love it. So Harry's in the hospital wing, and he hears the snake. He hears the basilisk while he's in the hospital wing. I don't think that happened in the book.
I kind of like this part because it was real suspenseful
I was
noise, and
okay
then
with
all of
it.
a sudden, Dobby's
Dobby.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then we
yeah,
get Dobby.
I like that.
Yeah. So
Unexpected. I
yeah,
like that.
unexpected. Yeah, especially if you've not read the books.
Yeah.
If you've not read the books, that scene, you're like, oh my gosh, the snake. What's the snake going to do in the hospital wing? No, it's just Dobby. So he's talking to Dobby. Dobby leaves. Then they bring in Colin. And Colin is being carried in by these two guys. So Dumbledore comes in, McGonagall's in, but two guys, two random wizards are carrying Colin in. It's like, who are you guys?
I never paid attention to that.
Who are you guys?
Details.
Details. I'm on it. Okay, let's see.
That's another reason why you the movies. I have ADHD. You think I'm going to sit there and focus on a movie? Nah.
Well, I guarantee you. So this movie, so on Peacock, it said it was 2 hours 46 minutes something. I have literally got 6 hours of work into this because I'll watch it and I'll go back a couple. Is that what it said? And then I'll pause it and I'll write down and stuff, and then I'll do it again to make sure I got. Yeah, that is okay. Cool. So then we'll go. So I'm stopping and starting and rewinding. Okay, writing notes.
You could do it in between clients.
Yeah.
I can't fit it in at all.
Like I told you, I started this last week. Today's Wednesday. So I watched some today, yesterday, Monday.
The last time we did the end of book review, you're like, yeah, 2 days, I'll be ready. I'm like, I
false.
doubt it.
So now we fast forward. We're in the girls' bathroom, and in the book, I believe they're doing the Polyjuice Potion in one of the stalls, or as the movie would call it, a cubicle. They're just out in the open.
Harry's just sitting there like
chilling. Yeah. And so Hermione, if we back up a scene, they get most potent potions. It's like, this is the most complicated potion I've ever seen. But then when it's
your second year.
Seen every potion you get to, right? So she's like, this is the most complicated potion I've ever seen. So fast forward, they're sitting there. Hermione's just opening up glass vials and like pouring in. And then she picks up another glass vial. She opens it and just pours stuff in. There's no teaspoons. There's no nothing. We've
done an episode on the Polyjuice Potion. I don't think I've put it up yet. So
it's very specific.
I'm gonna need to fit it in. Yeah.
It's very specific. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, just randomly pour. Okay, so then we go to the dueling club. Now we finally meet Justin Finch-Fletchley.
Yeah.
And he's like, immediately he adds in, he's like, yeah, I'm Muggleborn. Cool. So Gilderoy is up there. I love that he's dressed like he's fencing. He's got the one glove on his right hand, no glove on the left hand. Yep. He's got the protective cape on the left shoulder. Like, I love that he is dressed like that.
That he immediately takes off and throws to the girls.
Yes. So here's what's funny. If you watch this scene, he's like, okay, I've got Snape. Come up here. We're going to show you how it's done. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Lockhart and Snape is like, yeah, Expelliarmus. Lockhart says nothing.
Lockhart had a lot of, especially with Snape, Expelliarmus. He had a lot of time.
Yeah, he had a lot of time. Yeah. And he got hit. Lockhart, you're the one counting. 1, 2, 3.
It was Lockhart's version of a quiz. 3, his mind went blank.
So, yeah.
If I wanted to block it, it only would have been too easy. Well, let's teach them how to block. And then they don't teach them how to block.
And
they just throw them in there and say, block only. Well, how am I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
And they should have put in the part where Lockhart tries to show Harry how to block and drop his wand.
Yeah.
Just do what I did, Harry. What? Drop my wand?
Drop my wand?
Why did they take that out?
Come on now. And they're using spells that
we've
are
never
like,
seen.
Well, and Draco uses a spell that has Harry 10 feet in the air.
Well, Draco's movements are very good if you're watching. He moves very
well, and I'm
good
sure we expect him to be on this. He's had training. He's from a wealthy family.
He did good. He was real good.
And then Harry gets up with some spell we've never heard, and it knocks Draco 10 feet in the air. And these guys are just getting up. Yeah. These guys are just getting up like, oh, nothing happened. And then the serpent, And
Well, Draco
then,
didn't want to get up. Snape made him get up
yeah,
in the
Snape.
movie.
So he, does the serpent, and then, oh, I got this. And it gets mad and goes towards Justin. All kind of, textbook there.
Yeah.
But then they didn't show them separating and practicing together, as the student body. They didn't show
I
that.
hope in the series they add more of them learning spells.
That would be
Like
fun.
let's learn how to block.
That would be fun.
I don't think I'm gonna have to pay attention, but I'm not even sure if Protego's used.
Not
Well,
in.
Jenny uses it, right? Jenny uses
No,
Protego.
Protego. We don't learn Protego for a couple of books at least.
Yeah, and
At
right
least.
here, they're supposed to be learning
Would have been
Protego, and they don't.
would have been a great one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah. So fast forward, let's see. We bump into Hagrid. He's holding a rooster. He's been up to Dumbledore. So Dumbledore knows, at least in the movie, Dumbledore knows that something is killing the roosters.
Well, Hagrid walks around with the rooster.
Yeah. So we know that somebody has been petrified, the chamber has been open, and the roosters are dying. The roosters are being killed. Come on, Dumbledore. You are cleverer than most wizards. Come on.
You know what? He wants everybody to find out everything.
He
for
wants,
themselves.
and if somebody dies,
Let's see how long
somebody
it
dies.
takes him to figure this out.
As long as Harry figures it out. Let's see. In the movie, he hears the voice before seeing Justin Finch-Fletchley and nearly headless Nick. In the book, he's walking around. Peeves finds him, or he sees it, and then Peeves finds him, says, "Oh, another attack," and everybody comes out. And in the book, Filch just walks around the corner. It's like, "Oh, you're out of here now," and then Filch leaves without him. Filch leaves. So Harry's just standing there with Justin Finch-Fletchley. And
I got you now, Potter.
I got you now. And then he leaves.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Like, you're just going to leave him? Like, you think this guy attacked your cat and has now attacked another student, or a student and a ghost, and you're going to, just, like, you leave. So it comes back with McGonagall, and McGonagall takes him to to Dumbledore's office. Now in the movie, because I feel like you and I have talked about this, we see the Sorting Hat. Is that something that's only in the extended movie, the extended edition? We see the Sorting Hat is on the shelf. He talk, "Be in your bonnet, Potter." Like, they talk. So I thought you had,
right?
I thought you had said in the original, like the regular movie.
No. The original I was talking about, the hat has no character. Like, he's the Sorting Hat, yeah, but beyond that, he doesn't have a character.
Yeah.
So him singing and stuff in the books and giving advice, it's like, wait a minute, what?
So, great scene. Fawkes looks great. Dumbledore's like, "You didn't do anything. I get it. I know you're good."
You know, rumor has it he didn't know that was a fake bird. He thought it was real, and everybody just went along with it. He didn't know it was an animatronic bird. He thought it was just a well-trained bird.
And then it just caught on fire.
Oh, I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, at some point he would have had to realize.
I've seen a lot before where.
Yeah.
He just thought it was a real bird.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So let's fast forward. Okay, we know that Draco's staying over for the holidays. So are his goons. I liked the scene in the Great Hall where the tables are at half capacity. They're not all the way full. And so then Hermione whips out these 2 cupcakes that look like the crustiest, driest cupcakes ever in the world. So crusty and so dry, she's holding them with the icing towards her hands. And she puts them down. There's no icing on her hands. It's barely iced, barely sprinkled. Garbage, Hermione. Garbage. I expect more out of you.
For 2 foodies, though.
2 foodies.
I mean...
They have their arms, like, they've got their arms, they're holding a lot of stuff. and they drop it for these two. No, I'm not buying it.
Well,
Not buying it.
as a foodie myself, if I taste something or look at something and go, I don't know about that, I'm not putting that in my body. I'm
Not a
not
chance.
wasting the
Not a
calories.
chance. No,
I
no, no,
eat
no.
bad enough as it is.
Yeah, like
So
no, I'm not. I'm not
I'm
doing
not just
that.
going to eat anything.
Those cupcakes looked terrible. The polyjuice potion itself
Mm,
also looked
yeah.
terrible. Like
That's why when the book describes it, I'm like, oh, that
they,
doesn't sound too bad. But in the movie, I'm like,
oh,
oh.
yeah, you're like, oh, gross. Again, I'll say it again. Ron and Harry,
The
when they're
voices.
grabbing
Yeah.
Goyle, the voices that upsets me. And then
Well,
Goyle walks out.
Harry goes, you need to sound more like Crab. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's better. And then
Yeah,
that's
no.
it.
And then
They don't ever
they
try
sound like
again.
themselves. Yeah, yeah. And Harry's wearing the glasses. Harry walks out. He's rocking the glasses. And
I didn't know
then
you could read.
this is a fun fact. I knew this for a long time. What are you wearing glasses for? Oh, to read. I didn't know you could read. That was improvised. That was not in the
Yeah.
script.
Yeah,
That was a
those lines, yeah.
beautiful Draco line. In the extended edition, on their way back, they run into Crab and Goyle. Like they're
Yeah,
coming
they
back.
do. Yeah,
And
yeah.
Crab and Goyle come out of the closet. They wake up, they're walking out. So they've been unconscious for a little over an hour. And they come back and they see each other and they run away. And
And nothing's ever said about it
and
because who's going to
nothing's
believe them?
ever said. Because
Yeah, who's going to believe them?
Harry's like, ooh, that was close. Bro, that wasn't close. They saw you, you saw them. That's not close.
Hey,
Let's
Harry, you got
see.
hit in the head with a basketball. I know, that was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, like no. I got hit. I got hit in the dome, bro. So okay, so now fast forward, we go to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. The corridor is flooded,
Yeah.
like the whole corridor. They're running through water. They go in there, and all of the faucets are on. It's like no. There's flooding because the book was thrown in the toilet, and now the plumbing has now done something dumb. Even the scene in the book where they're like, "Oh, torches were extinguished because of the water," and you're like, "One toilet?"
And why were the torches extinguished?
Because
What was happening?
the water splashed up that high.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. And then in the movie they take the diary to Hermione in the hospital wing. They don't ever do that. They don't ever do that.
Yeah.
They take it to her in the hospital wing. Let's see. And then back in the common room. So now we've missed the whole Valentine's thing. Harry is sitting in the common room. And again, I don't think I've ever seen this scene. And there's just some random ghost woman sitting at the table with him.
It's Rowena.
But Rowena's wearing something. It's not the same Rowena that we see in.
I'm pretty sure it's Rowena Ravenclaw.
I mean, it could be, but it's not the
it
same
is.
act. It's not the same actor that we get in
Yeah,
the
they
eighth
change
film.
actors a lot in these movies.
That's true.
And
That's true.
The
We get a
books,
couple
don't they
more.
make a huge deal about the diary? Or am I thinking of something else?
What? Who?
Hermione.
Who makes a huge?
No, it's later. It's something else because Ginny's making a big deal of it too. Okay, so it's not this book.
Okay. So they take the okay. So sitting with some random ghost, So in the book,
And then he basically tells her to leave.
yeah, he's like, "Do you mind? Do you mind?" So she leaves.
Dang, Harry.
So in the book, Harry takes the diary upstairs to his bedroom.
Yeah.
And here he's down in the common room. So he goes into the memory, and we get to the part. So he never goes to Dippet. We don't see Dippet at all. In the book, he goes to Professor Dippet, has that conversation. Myrtle has already died. He's walking away.
Do we see Professor Dippet at all?
In the book, in the movie, I don't think this is really the only scene, because even when we use the pensive later,
yeah,
I don't even think in the book we see Dippet. Maybe he's mentioned again, but I don't think we see him again. So yeah. So in the book, he goes to Dippet, And he's like, "Are you closing the school?" "Yeah, I mean, a girl died, Tom." He's like, "Well, what if I found out who did it?" So in the movie, we start off, he's in the hallway and they're bringing Myrtle's body down. Like she just died. She's on a stretcher and she comes down and he only talks to
Wait,
Dumbledore.
in the book
The
or the
movie.
movie?
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
movie.
notice that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Go
I've
rewatch that
never
scene.
noticed that.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
have
yeah.
to.
They're coming down. You got these men, you got these wizards holding a stretcher with a blanket over it, and it even shows her hand like hanging out
Oh my
underneath the
god.
blanket.
So, what year is Myrtle supposed to be in when she dies?
So if this is 1992, this would be 1993 because we've already done Valentine. So 93. So this would have been 1943. 50 years. 50 years.
They could have picked a younger actor because she does not look like a teenager. She looks like she's in her late 30s or early 40s to me.
So the actress is like 37. She was like she was in her 30s when she did.
And it looked like it. She did
Yeah.
not look like a teenager, so that was a fail.
Yeah.
Great character. She did everything
Yeah.
great.
So
But
yeah.
she did
So
not look
Riddle
like
only
a teen.
talks to Dumbledore, never talks to Dippet, and it's a completely different scene. Goes and gets it's good. He goes and gets Hagrid. We see Aragog come out. So then we fast forward and Neville runs out like, "Harry, man, you got to come look at this." And they
I
go
don't
up
know
to
who.
Harry's
Yeah.
room. In the book, his stuff is just everywhere. In the movie, there's ripped curtains, feathers from pillows, like they destroyed all of his belongings. And then immediately, so in the book, they're putting everything away, and at the end, he's like, "Oh no, the diary's gone."
Yeah.
And then here, immediately, Hermione's like, "Oh, it had to have been a Gryffindor. What were they looking for?" "I know what they're looking for. There's the diary. It's not here." "Bro, your stuff is everywhere. Everywhere." And he's immediately like,
Yeah.
"The
Yeah.
diary." So, okay, so now we get to Quidditch is canceled, right? We get to fast forward, the Quidditch is canceled,
Your
and we're
favorite part in the book, Quidditch is canceled. Get back in the castle. There's been another attack in the
in the
castle
castle, get back in the castle where we need to
where it's
protect you
not
from the
safe.
attacks are happening in the castle. Professor McGonagall, walk us through that. Okay, so Hermione's petrified, no Penelope. So that means that so we don't get Ginny wanting to talk to Harry and Ron.
Nope.
That she's going to say something about Percy. Percy walks in, she leaves.
We don't. Aside from Percy being down in the dungeons for whatever reason,
Yeah,
that's all we
which
get
he's
from him,
down
really.
there because he was with Penelope.
Yeah.
Right, that's the only reason.
That
So to have that in the
that's all
book,
we
or
get.
that's
That
all.
and the Weasleys house.
Breakfast. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
It's really all we get of Percy. So Hermione's petrified. There's no Penelope Clearwater. Cornelius Fudge. So fast forward, Ron and Harry have gone to Hagrid's hut. Cornelius Fudge showing up without his green bowler hat. They always describe him with his green bowler hat.
He did look a little weird.
Yes, he does look a little weird. It was disappointing that he was holding a hat, but it was like a brown, just kind of regular hat. So I love Dumbledore staring right at him. They did that so good.
Yeah.
Lucius barging in, played that
Oh, no,
perfectly.
that's great. Yep.
Hagrid, follow the spiders, and feed Fang. So in the book, there are no spiders. They don't see any spiders for a while. And then they finally see some, and then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna follow this later." In the movie, they're in the hut, they leave, they look over, oh, there's spiders. Harry's like, "Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, let's do that." They do it immediately, which I'm cool with. It's just different. What hurt my feelings as a responsible adult, they walked out of Hagrid's hut and left that man's front door wide open.
They did.
Did not like that. And I looked for a continuity error when they got back to Hagrid's hut. The door was still wide open. So,
Oh, good, good, good. Yes, good.
and again, I don't think I remember this originally from the movie, but they're walking. They're like walking on the spiders. In the book, they see the spiders and they're following kind of adjacent to the spiders. No, you have like this river of spiders and they're walking on, like, spiders are dying because they are walking here. And then they see the Fort Anglia.
Yeah.
They see the Fort Anglia there, and in the book they do not. We haven't seen the Fort Anglia obviously since it left on September 1st, but now they see the Fort Anglia, and what do? They just keep walking. They acknowledge, oh, there's a fort. It turns its lights on, shines it on them. I'd be like, oh my gosh, we're following spiders. Let's get in the car.
Right.
Let's get in the car. But no, they keep going. So in the book, they get captured by the spiders and taken to Aragog. Here, they're walking. You see more and more spiders. The spiders get slightly bigger. Then the spiders are going into like this earthy tunnel thing. So they're like, yeah, let's go into this earthy tunnel thing. Not a chance. I'm in the Forbidden Forest
Yeah.
in the
No.
middle of the night. I'm not going through an underground tunnel. So then they
Well,
go through
okay.
this.
Your first thought when you see Aragog, to talk to him or to turn around and leave?
Well, so in the movie, I like how it did. Movie, we hear Aragog's voice before we see Aragog. And he goes, Hagrid? He's like, is that you? So he comes out. Yeah, I'm frightened of him, but my guy speaks English, and we both have a common friend.
Yeah.
And Dumbledore's gone. Hagrid's gone. Attacks left and right. Harry is showing some fortitude, right? He's
Okay,
showing some
Dumbledore.
fortitude.
To that point, Dumbledore's gone, Hagrid's gone, attacks left and right. Big spider, I'm out.
But
I'm out.
and here's what's wild. Here's what upsets me. Harry and Ron are walking, no wands in their hand. They're in the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah.
They are walking. Voldemort was in this very forest last year, and you're walking in the middle of the night in the midst of a bunch of spiders, and there are no wands out. Come on, people. Ron. So Harry's talking to Aragog, having a great conversation. Ron is scared out of his mind, and he's like, Harry. Harry turns to him, shush. That's what he says, shush. Excuse me. I have severe arachnophobia, and you have brought me to the one place that even my wildest nightmares couldn't depict. And you telling me to shush? Ron punching him right in the nose at that point, I would have been like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So
Oh.
thousands of spiders. Ron's good. Shush. So now all of the big spiders are coming. Aragog is like, they don't eat Hagrid because of me. I can't deny them of this. So the spiders are coming in. What does Harry do? He tries to fight the spiders with the lantern. He hits one spider with the lantern.
Well, I
Then
think
he
Ron even
tries.
asked him, like, what are we gonna do? Oh, I know a spell, but it's not or is that
Yeah,
just
it's
in the
not enough.
book?
Yeah, no. He says that in the movie, but it's not
Yeah,
enough to
okay,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Well, because
So
in
let's
the
just not try. Let's just not
that
try.
that doesn't happen in the book. In the
Okay.
book, Tom Riddle does a spell, but we don't know what spell it is.
Yeah.
So in the book, we never hear the spell that they use in the movies, which doesn't hurt my
Is
feelings that they
is
that
it the
they
spell
added.
like Hermionia Exime or something like that?
Yeah, Arania,
Yeah.
Exame, something like that. So find it with the lantern, and I can just imagine Ron like from book one. Are you a wizard or not? Get your wand out. So, hot take. I think the escape from the spiders was much better in the movies because the spiders don't give up easily in the movies.
No, no.
They come after it. Ron's got his window down. Spiders got him around his neck,
Yeah, yeah.
and then they leave and they stop the car, and then you hear and they look out. Now thousands of spiders are coming. So like the spiders did not give up. Let's see. And then I was like, why was Ron driving the car? The car at this point is like, I'm helping you out. Let me take over. And then they flew it out of the forest. They flew
Yeah,
it
it's
out of the
like
forest.
didn't that
Cool.
part break? Like, didn't the car like stop flying? Like,
Yeah. So now we fast forward. They know that Hagrid is not the one. He was framed because Aragog tells them. So they go and they visit Hermione, and Harry's stroking Hermione's hands, and then he looks down and he sees the wadded up paper, and he just like pulls it up and picks it. It's like everyone would have seen that.
yeah,
It was tight in her hand to the point where in the book it's like we could barely get it out.
yeah,
But it gets it out, and it's okay, cool. And so they're walking through, they've got the paper, and then they're in the hallway, they're in the corridor, and then it sounds like McGonagall comes over an intercom system. Like, sounds like, oh, is this a high school? I love the spell. I love the spell. I think about that every time. So my office phone here, it's a digital phone. So it's an internet phone basically. But
yeah,
even when I go to dial a number on the cell phone app, it does the beep 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 beep. Like it sounds like the old
yeah.
original phones. I'm like, you guys could change that, but they're like, no, we're not going to.
Nah.
Let's see. And then they have kind of their meeting in the hallway outside of Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. They don't go to it's not in the staff room. That's just out in the open. And then, Lockhart comes out, does his thing, and they get him out of the way. And they're like, oh, it's Ginny. Ginny's there. And in the
Yeah,
movie, they go to the common room and they're talking to Fred and George and Percy and all this stuff. Here, they immediately go to
to
Lockhart's
Lockhart's office.
office
Yeah,
and he's packing up. He's got a ton of stuff. Like as he's packing, he's got a ton of stuff, which made me think, what do you think would have happened to his reputation if he had just left Hogwarts at that point?
nothing.
You think he would have conjured up some sort of, oh, I
Yeah,
tried to help and they wouldn't let me, so I just left. And, there were 5 attacks. I knew what to do, but they wouldn't allow me to
yeah,
do it. Or,
yeah.
or would
And
people
then
be like,
the staff would have just been like, eh.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't care
yeah,
about that guy. I had never thought about that until I saw how much stuff he was packing up.
yeah.
Okay, let's see.
But this
Yeah,
part's
so
pretty true to the book, except for
they changed just a
they
couple of
chuck his
things,
wand out the window, right? They chuck
which
his
was
wand out the
dumb.
window.
Which is
Yeah.
dumb because it's like, Ron, you have a broken wand. You just got. Anyway, so they ask Moaning Myrtle how she dies. She points right to the sink. She's like, I saw it coming from that sink. So they do okay, here's the serpent, the chamber, it opens up. The chamber, it could just go straight down. Straight down. So I'm thinking now,
And Gilderoy tries to leave.
well, yeah, he tries to leave and they're like, no, you go first. But it's straight down. So Ginny has been going in and out of there at least a handful of times this year.
Yeah.
How is she
Well,
getting down there? How is
she
she?
get
We know how she's getting down there. How's she getting out of there?
maybe
Like
times when Godrium Leviosa and
riddles,
levitating
riddles in
around.
the diary. Riddles in the diary.
Oh yeah,
But now, okay. Now that you said that, he is possessing her,
yeah,
and she does have a wand, so
yeah,
he could have been. Jeremiah, you
Could have
answered my
given her some
question.
powers. Yeah,
He gave her some power.
yeah.
I love it. I love this. I love this. Okay, so let's see. I say, why wouldn't Ron have Gilderoy's wand down here? So the wall breaks. Harry goes on, by himself. Harry is right hand dominant, and it made me very uncomfortable that he was walking in with the wand in his left hand. That's just me.
I thought he was left-handed.
Harry?
I swear he's left-handed.
Harry's right handed. Get out of here.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Just go to when he was writing in the diary. He reaches for the snitch with his right hand.
Let
I'm
me
excited.
see.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
he's right.
excited.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no,
You're right.
I
You're
was,
right.
I was
You're right.
excited though. I was like, let's go. Come on. Roll the tape back. Roll the tape
Yeah.
back. Okay, so let's see. So here was something cool, and I don't know if this was on purpose or not, because they didn't, in the book. Well, the first time we see Tom Riddle, he is fuzzy around the edges, as if he's coming into existence. Here's what I thought was kind of neat, and I watched it a couple times to see if I was wrong. When Harry walks in the puddle, again, I hate it. He runs to Ginny, and as he gets to her, he just throws his wand on the ground. So upsetting. When Tom comes from the tunnel, he walks over water, like he walks through water, but you don't hear it. You don't hear any splashing.
I never noticed that either.
Well, and so that was my thing. It's like, oh, is that their way to kind of show like he's here, but he's not really here?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
if was it just because he was walking, you just don't hear it over? Maybe there was some music playing. I'm not sure, but
You know,
actually, I did it a couple times.
I've often thought about his abilities, him being a memory. Could he actually kill anybody? Could he actually do anything
Well,
really
he takes the
besides?
wand and he writes, I am Lord
Yeah.
Voldemort. So he has at least enough existence that with a magic wand in his hand, he can make something happen.
But
Okay.
if he's just a memory, though, how does him picking up the wand even make sense? He shouldn't be able to do anything except for be there and talk. Really?
Well, so here's the thing, and I like this. When Harry sees her Ginny, she is on the floor cold, but she is touching the Horcrux. She is holding the diary,
Huh.
which I thought I was like, I love that they did that. I can't remember in the book if it's laying on the floor open. I feel like it's laying on the floor open,
Yeah, I don't even know if they
but in
mentioned
the
it.
movie,
Yeah.
she is holding the Horcrux. So the vessel that Voldemort left a part of his soul in, Ginny is touching with her bare hand.
Yeah. Okay.
So and so look, and even Riddle's like, the longer that I'm here, the stronger I become. And she's, once I'm totally back, she's dead because she has put so much of her soul into me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I am. So him, as time goes by, he should be able to do more and more and more with the wand, which I write down here in just a second. Let's see. So here was my thing, like just a common sense thing. When Tom speaks parcel tongue to have the basilisk come, why didn't Harry in parcel tongue just be like, no, don't do it? Because, well,
Huh.
and here's the thing. Harry doesn't know this, but he kind of guesses at this point. He speaks parcel tongue, and there's a part of Voldemort in him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if Tom called the basilisk, couldn't Harry have been like, "No, stay where you are"?
Well,
Because here's the,
this whole scene was very anticlimactic.
it went
It wasn't good in
it
the
went pretty
book
quick.
or the movie. It's like, bro,
So
like this is a big deal. Like, and
yes,
then he runs around, and then winds up on top of a statue, and then
yeah.
stabs up. That's it.
Well, so
There's
here's
no
what's so fun.
trial and
So
error or
there
nothing.
are some funny parts to this. So Harry is running away from the basilisk, and he trips over what? What does he trip over?
I don't know what he tripped. Isn't it the Sorting Hat?
Nothing. He trips over nothing. There was nothing there. He trips over nothing. The man falls down running for his life, which is
It's like
so
watching
like,
all these videos, like all over the internet. There's a race, a skinny person and a big person. Who falls down every time
yeah, every time.
for no reason?
So he falls down, and he's already, the fox comes, gives him the sorting hat, and Tom does the thing like,
It
oh,
does
this
not
is
fall
what,
on his
yeah,
head.
doesn't fall on his head. So Fox comes, does the thing with the basilisk's eyes, and then Tom is like, oh, even though the basilisk can't see you, but he can still hear you. Why would you tell Harry that? Why would you tell? Oh, it can hear me? I'm gonna be quiet.
And the basilisk still doesn't get Harry, even though Harry's running around very loudly.
So loud, multiple times. So Tom just said, Harry, it can hear you. Really? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like,
Yep,
what are we doing?
yep.
Okay, thanks for that helpful tip, Tom. Let me splash through all these puddles.
Let me
So
ignore
then,
that tip.
so then the basilisk gets a foot away from Harry with two huge nostrils. Now, how do snakes smell? With their tongues. Doesn't do anything with his tongue. Nostrils are a foot from this man, and you're telling me that he can't? He
bleeps.
doesn't know? He doesn't know that he's there. Throws a rock, and that helps. So I've got it written down. The sword doesn't hit Harry in the head. Why would Harry climb the statue?
Yeah,
I
trying
don't
to get
understand.
away from the snake, I guess. But
Yeah,
it's
trying to get. Now, I loved the snake skin that we see before the chamber. It was massive, so
yeah,
I loved that. And in the book, it was like 20 feet long.
yeah.
In the book, it's like 20 feet long. So why would Harry climb the statue? And Tom's just standing down there watching this, wand in hand,
It does nothing.
and does nothing. He
It
just watches
does
it.
nothing.
He just watched it.
Well, that's the whole
So
point. That's like one big throughout everything. Like, why doesn't he
yeah,
just do something?
just do something. So in the book, Harry kills the basilisk. He gets bit by the basilisk. You know, the fang gets him.
Yeah.
And now in the movie, he's got to climb down this huge statue with the
Ugh.
sword and the fang.
Yeah.
So they get down. He comes over. And in the book, Fox comes and weeps and
Yeah.
cries because Tom,
And Tom's making fun of.
Tom mocks him.
Yeah.
But in the book, Harry grabs the diary, stabs it a few times, and then Fox saves him. Ginny wasn't nearly as distraught as she was in the book.
Well, there's also no more Gilderoy after the spell backfired. That's it. He's gone.
No, we get more of him.
Do we?
Yeah, in the movie. Yeah, in the movie. Because so you see, so here's what it is. Here's the two things that we get. So the flying scene. Okay, so let me get to that. Okay,
Yeah.
so we flash forward. They've talked.
Oh
Ginny's like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
good. They're flying out of the Chamber of Secrets.
It's just like magic.
These just like magic. They fly not back up to the bathroom. They fly out of some cave, and you see the castle at night. So you're telling me there are multiple ways into this chamber? There's a cave outside that you can get to this Chamber of Secrets?
Wow.
Come on, movies. In the book, they go back up to the bathroom. In the movies, they just fly outside. That upset me. So then, now they're back in Dumbledore's office.
This
In the
is why I
book,
thought when we were doing the book, why I thought it was Dumbledore's office. Yeah.
yeah, so in the book, they go to McGonagall's office because they don't expect Dumbledore to be back. And I laughed at this.
But Gilderoy's not there.
Gilderoy is not there.
No.
So I laughed at this. So we're back in Dumbledore's office. They're talking. And then here I noticed Harry's single Windsor. His tie is still like he's just been through a battle and his tie is still tied nicely. So I was like, Harry's single Windsor not still looking sharp. That's what I wrote
Hey,
down.
man, he had to look good to go see
He's
Dumbledore.
looking good.
He straightened himself
Uh,
up.
so Dumbledore, he goes, it takes a true Gryffindor to pull this hat out, this sword out of the hat. So he hands the sword to Harry. Harry grabs it by the blade, and Dumbledore's like, "Ooh, be careful."
Yeah. And there's a lot more blood on the blade.
A lot of
When
blood.
he stabbed the basilisk, it was just like the upper tip of it had blood on it. And I was like,
Yeah,
no, the
blood
whole thing
everywhere.
would be covered in blood.
Blood everywhere. So he
And
grabs
there's
it
no
by the
blood on
blade.
Harry, right? There's no blood on Harry.
He's got some kind of muck, I can't remember if there's some on the skin, but yeah, it's so
Yeah.
then Lucius Malfoy just strolls right into Dumbledore's office,
That's
right?
what he does. He just walks in wherever he is.
How
at.
does he
It
know
doesn't
the
matter.
password? How does he know Dumbledore's password?
Dumbledore
Is
probably
it
hasn't changed it in a while.
is it because
Let
he's a governor? Do like all the governors know?
Well, I was thinking when McGonagall brought Harry over there and she lemon drop and then it opens, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, now he has to change his password.
Sherbert
Yeah, sherbet lemon.
lemon.
And now he has to change his password. I guess he doesn't do that.
Well, he changes it. He has a few throughout the books. I think one's like an acid pop or something like that. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
there's a couple throughout the books. But I was like, Lucius just strolls in here like he knows. I just can see Lucius so upset. Gets to the gargoyle and he's like, sherbet lemon. Like really killing the vibe. Um, it definitely looks like, and I don't think this was intentional, but Dumbledore's doing some legilimens on Lucius because he's like,
Oh.
"Oh, it was from this diary. It would be a shame to find, if any of Voldemort's effects find their way back in the school. The
Yeah,
person that does it,
I dislike that because in the book he straight up calls out Lucius.
he
And
does.
here he's kind of calling him out, but then at the same time,
Yeah,
if you're not paying attention, you don't catch it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. So Lucius leaves. He kicks Dobby down the stairs. Then he hits him with the cane.
Did
They
you
go out.
did you hear like they thought he tripped? And
Who?
he's like, "Oh, can someone come over here and clean up the floor?" He just tripped, and he's like, "No, no, no, no. I was kicking Dobby down the stairs." And they're like, "Oh, really?"
Ah,
Yeah, yeah. So he just did
nice.
that. Yeah, yeah,
I like that. I
yeah.
like that. So, so they go out. Harry comes out. He doesn't put the diary in a sock like the movie, like the book. He
You mean
puts
the
the
sock
sock
in a diary?
in the diary. And because in the book, he puts the diary in the sock and he pulls it out and he throws the sock away. He throws the sock to the side.
Yeah, yeah.
And then in the movie, he puts
The
the
sock's
sock
just
in
there.
the diary and he gives him the diary and he calls him out. He's like, I think you put it in Ginny's cauldron at the thing. And you prove it. And so then he gives it to Dobby and Lucius walks away. Harry's like, open it. So he opens it. There's a sock. Oh, he's like, you cost me. In the book, Lucius lunges at Harry and says, you cost me my servant boy. And that's when Dobby's like, no, you shall not hurt Harry Potter. What does Lucius do in the movie?
Tries to kill him
He's about to do the killing curse. He gets
because they
Avada.
told him just do something, and that's what
He's
he came up with.
he's right outside of Dumbledore's office.
Yes.
And he's about to murder Harry Potter. Oh my gosh.
What I didn't like
Uh,
was the whole sock thing in the movie. Lucius should have thrown it, and then Dobby caught it like he did. Except he just opens up the book. Well, your man technically he handed the book
Technically,
to him
he
with the
handed you a
sock
diary. He
that
didn't
belonged to
hand you a
him
sock.
also. So, well, that just
Yeah.
proves that the diary did belong to Lucius because he gave one of his possessions to
I don't
him.
think it proves
Yeah.
because the thing is, you just have to present an elf with an article of clothing. So he did hand it to him, and the sock was in it.
But
But
don't you
in
have to
the book,
directly?
in the book, he directly throws the sock.
Yeah, this is indirectly. It's inside
Yeah,
something. I mean,
indirectly.
but
Yeah,
then
yeah,
they
yeah.
do say later, like, when the house elves are cleaning, like they have to pay attention to what they're doing in case they find clothing. They don't want to touch it. So I
Which is
guess.
weird because you would imagine they would go, he goes into Draco's room and cleans up his room. Him cleaning up dirty clothes isn't isn't Draco presenting him
Yeah, there's a lot of
with
gray area there.
so the whole hat thing laying around like, oh, they can clean
Yeah.
those up. They're not being presented with the hats later, but anyway. So, okay, so we're now at the feast. Hagrid gets back, and I'm like, you know what?
It's a
Hagrid should be exonerated. His record should be expunged.
it's a real good scene. It's a real good way to end
It's
the
a
movie.
great
Like
scene.
I was thinking, oh, they should have just ended the movie like this. Oh, they did. Cool.
But
Like,
in the extended version, you get a scene after that scene
oh, I turned it off.
at
Right
Fleur
after.
at Flourish and Blots.
Oh, that's when the sign that Gilderoy is there.
So yeah, so you
Have you
get
seen me?
Gilderoy.
Yeah.
No, it's Who Am I?
Yeah, who am I?
And he's in a straitjacket, and it's a book outside of Flourish and Blots. Who am I? A picture of Gilderoy Lockhart, doing the thing in the straitjacket. Gilderoy Lockhart, and then it ends.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So enjoyable movie, right? Enjoyable movie. They left some things out that I think could have been left out, right?
Yeah.
But I hope that during the HBO, I hope they give it
their all. Yeah.
give it
Yeah.
everything. Add what you want. If you want to add more class time, more spells, more
Yeah,
school.
I'm all for adding.
Cool,
If it makes sense
cool.
and adds to the
Yeah,
story,
cool.
do it.
Add to it.
Yeah.
But, don't just be like, oh, you dropped this quick spell envelope and that's it. That's all, that's
Yeah,
all
that was kind of lame.
No,
I saw that
let's
and I was
make-
like, they could have left that out. Like, of all the things to add, you add that with no
Yeah,
context? Okay.
it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
But, I mean, we're completely done with everything.
We're
Number
done
two.
with book two. But we're on to
Book
number
2,
three.
movie 2. I'm excited. I hope everybody listening is excited.
It's gonna be great.
So, if you guys have opinions on the movie, on the book, you could write into us. We could be on and we could talk about the movie as a whole, the book as a whole, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. You know what? If you have opinions on the first 2 books compared with the rest of the books, let's talk about that too, because as we get into book 3, like we keep saying, completely different.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah,
So good.
completely different.
The foundation for the Harry Potter saga, the Wizarding World, has been set.
Yes.
With books 1 and book 2. Now the true story of, I think, really takes off.
Yeah. No, I'm excited.
Good.
Thank everybody for listening to us this far. If you're listening on Spotify, I think you can rate us. You can leave comments.
Nice.
We're available wherever you get your podcast. And yeah, hit that follow button. And we'll see you next time when we start book 3. Andrew, sign us out.
Look, let's see. We're gonna sign you out with, for the last time. Hold on, I kind of want to make it right. Celebrity is. What is it? Celebrity is.
Fame
celebrity
is
does.
a fickle friend, Harry.
Friend, Harry.
Celebrity is a celebrity does.
Celebrity does. See you
Remember
next
that.
time. Remember, that's right.
Squibs Corner is hosted by Jeremiah Lobot and co-host by Andrew Beecham. We would love to hear from you, so drop us a rate and review, to inquire about being a guest and for questions and comments, or to just give us your Harry Potter story. Email us at squibscorner@gmail.com. To watch Harry Potter merch unboxings, follow my YouTube, @KillPotterGuy. Lastly, you can leave us a voice memo and follow us on Instagram @Squibs Corner Podcast.